Today is the launch of Ignite, which is our early action neighbourhood funded project. It's the culmination, it's 2 years' work, which we've done alongside the public sector, and we see it as the start of a social movement for change. It's a massive opportunity, we think, to really get to the source of problems and tackle them before they come worse, and to ultimately save money for public services.
Well, I think it's to bring different thinking and different solutions to what's been many generations of problems. And certainly for us in Coventry, we know that if you live in social housing, typically you won't leave school with as good an education as others. Your health outcomes will be worse, your job prospects will be worse, and we're always trying to manage the outcome of that without ever getting ahead of the problem. And I think Ignite's a fantastic opportunity to have some fresh thinking on how we can get ahead of the problem.
About blending, we're talking about this has got to feel like one solution, one offer.
Everything's been different about Ignite. I went along to the open day and it was obvious from that moment that it was, the way they were approaching it was different, the application was different, the way they interviewed was different, the way everyone speaks about it's really different. The whole process has been really different.
But the reason why I'm here, why I've been involved in this journey so far is really, really clear.
Look, we're backing Ignite and just listen to the energy behind in this room just now. Why? Because there are people in this room, but many across the city, that genuinely believe there needs to be a fundamentally new way of working, not at, to or through communities, but with communities, to act early, to start where people are at, not where public agencies would like them ideally to be. And I think this is a great opportunity for just the City Council and other public agencies to work with Law Centre, Grapevine and Ignite, not just on this initiative, but to say this is a new value, a new set of principles of how we're going to completely reform the way in which services are reconfigured in the future, but much more importantly, how we're going to work on building capacity and capability, resilience, preparedness in the very communities that should be at the heart of this, not on the periphery. So this is why we're here. It's great. Bring it on as far as I'm concerned.
We're the ones that, often on the front line, turn up into the houses, see things firsthand. Then who do we go and tell it to? And how do we access the resources that are rich in Coventry, especially with Ignite, for example, to say, can you come and help us with this? Or can we point you in the direction of these people to then help them? So that's what we're after.
I'd like to see there being more flexibility and there being more ability to play to individual strengths. So if I am a service provider, if I'm a professional working with families and in communities, I'm doing what I can do as an individual personally, rather and able to act outside of the frameworks and things like that are in place, whilst maintaining a sense of like the child safety at the core of everything and safeguarding being right at the centre of everything, but being able to do what I do best because that's what I personally am good at doing, as opposed to this is our approach and this is how we do it, irrespective of personal skills. That's what I think is good.
I think for me, the ethos behind Ignite has been the main reason that I've joined. The whole putting the emphasis back into the community, power back into the community. That's been really fundamental to why I'm interested in being part of that change.
What I really appreciated was when I turned around to somebody who I didn't know and said, I've got a problem around data sharing and confidentiality. And her response was, I'm the Director of Public Health and we can fix that. And I was like, my God, I've been battling with that for 6 months probably, and it was great that a project like Ignite has the capacity and the energy to deliver some of those solutions to what I feel is a big problem, but to people that deal with that on a strategic level, it's a very small problem.
Change first starts in the hearts of us. So actually we haven't yet started having conversations about what we might want to change out there. We've started with conversations about what we want to change here and in our interactions with each other and in our partnerships. And I found that very exciting and very transformational. Because change can be really challenging, can't it? And often the thing that people see inside of change is the negatives. But actually having the mindset of saying this provides me an opportunity to do the thing that I always knew public services should do, which is to help the people help themselves.
We know it's going to be hard, nothing that's good to achieve is ever easy, but we bring, I think, a lot of optimism and a lot of persistence and determination and a kind of restless energy to figuring this stuff out together.